Today we take a look at the foundation of Buddhist teachings, the Four Noble Truths.
Enter a world of enchantment, of enlightenment, Meg's magical mansion.
Come, whoever you are, to Meg's Magical Mansion,
A virtual guest house for spiritual wayfarers,
a place where the ordinary becomes magical,
where wisdom is yours through the asking.
and where your higher nature is just a wish away. Thanks for joining us here today at the Magical Mansion. I'm Meg with the fluffy Miss Alice Poopers, and of course the one and only Parfait.
Darn. And today we're continuing our look into Buddhist principles.
Last week we were talking all about the idea of impermanence, and if you missed that episode, we're going to link it for you at the end of this one.
And today we're going to look at the Four Noble Truths. These four principles are the foundation and framework of all Buddhist teachings.
And understanding these four profound truths can help all of us when we're on our way or our path in this life.
Meg is going to explain how all suffering is real, and there are three different distinct kinds of suffering, and all suffering has a cause.
And I'm going to share with you what that cause is, and we're going to explain how all of us can end our suffering.
And then come on, really, who wants to suffer?
In the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths. Dukkha, suffering exists. Samudaya, it has a cause. Nirodha, suffering can be ended. And Magga, there is a path to end suffering. The first great truth is an affirmation that suffering is real and it does exist. And the second one tells us it does have a cause: attachment, desire, ignorance, the contradiction between appearance and reality. But suffering can be ended. We can stop it. And there is a way, there is a path to do it. The appearance that things exist independently is not true. And the actions we take, motivated by ignorance and desire and attachment, cause us suffering. Whereas actions we take based on wisdom can lead us to enlightenment. We have to really work on developing the wisdom to understand the 3D reality that we are living in. When we are actively training ourselves in our personal morality, our concentration, and growing our wisdom, then we truly are on the path. But let's talk about suffering. In Buddhism, we see three kinds of suffering. We talk about the suffering of suffering, physical pain, headaches, discomfort. Animals also can feel this. And we will try to do many things to eliminate our physical suffering. There is also suffering of change. This is caused by attachment, when things that are important are not being satisfied. We're not getting what we want, or things we do want are being taken away from us. We're constantly wanting upgrades. We get something, we think it's what we want, but then we find out, we actually want something bigger or better, and that sort of lack of satisfaction. It's also the suffering we go through when things we want to stay the same don't, and they continue to change whether we like it or not. And then there is the all-pervasive suffering. And this is the suffering of karma, of the disturbing minds of previous lives that can cause anger and attachments in this life. Well, if suffering is real, what causes it? There is no external creator, and even though Buddhas are considered the highest being, they cannot create new life. There is no God on high or being on high causing our suffering and just bringing it down upon us. So where does it come from? It comes from the mind. The mind under the influence of anger, attachment, desire, jealousy, ignorance. but you can't end the mind or stop the stream of consciousness. Plus, there's nothing actually wrong with your mind at its deepest core. Our mind can be under the influence of negative thinking from those disturbing minds of previous lives, from karma. So, can we control anger, jealousy, ignorance? Can we break attachments and disconnect from the negative, disturbing minds? If we can do that, then we are left with a clean, pure mind that is free from suffering. Start looking at yourself and your attachments to the things in your life. The people, places, things, the who, where, what's, and prioritize what is most important to you and why is that important to you. And if you want to start letting go of these attachments that you have, I suggest starting with material things. As above, so below. So if you start with the easier things, then it's easier to transfer the skills to the harder ones. There are many ways to help break our attachments to material things. One thing is control your shopping. Really think about what you are buying and what material things are you bringing in to your world. I honestly am not a big fan of retail therapy. I don't really know if retail therapy is good for you because it leads to a lot of impulse buying of material things that you don't really need. So really try to avoid getting in those situations where you make impulse purchases and buy what you really need without fear. Invest in the things that will make your 3D life productive and healthy and comfortable. And put some thought into the decisions you make about what you buy. I often will buy a better quality thing because it's better made and it will last longer. But I always try to keep in mind, get the best quality that you can comfortably afford, and try to find a lifestyle that you can actually manage without overspending, over shopping. We live in a culture that really encourages us to buy a lot of garbage that we don't need. And then we get attached to all this stuff, and then we don't want to let it go. So always bear in mind, when you're getting new things, tell yourself this is going to wear out, or break, or get a stain. It might crack, or chip, or malfunction, or get lost, or stolen. And those ideas in the back of your head from the beginning to know things have natural wear and tear. Nothing lasts forever. It's great to get a new car or a new outfit, but understand that it will wear out over time. It will have signs of age after you've had it for a while. It will not stay the same, and accept that it will change, and don't be so attached to it that you can't allow it to have its natural life. And it really does lighten you up when you can start to let go of a lot of the things we accumulate that we don't really need. Those things are always tying us down and weighing us down. And I honestly felt that when I was younger, a real strong attachment to some of my possessions. And it wasn't until, I had robbed and lost some of my possessions. It wasn't until I went through certain things in life and saw that, life went on just fine even if I didn't have that piece of jewelry or whatever it was that broke or got lost or stolen. Everything continued on anyway. And this applies to your relationships as well. Don't expect the people in your life to stay the same. Allow them to grow and change. And celebrate the growing and the changing with them. We're all aging, growing older. With some people, the relationship will deepen and grow over time. With other relationships, it will serve its purpose and the relationship will end and you can go your separate ways. But don't expect your relationships to be stagnant or to stay the same. They're going to change and grow. So once you start to develop your skills of detachment and you start learning to let go, then you can tackle more challenging things like letting go of toxic situations or toxic relationships. Because once you can detach from toxic stuff, The toxic stuff often loses interest in you. Toxic situations and people are mostly interested in you because you keep reacting back. And once you stop reacting, you're not that interesting anymore. And I want to remind you that making decisions from a detached perspective allows you to make better, more rational decisions. So I want to reiterate and affirm this for you. Your suffering is real, and it has a cause. And your suffering can be ended. There is a way and there is a path that we can each follow, and reducing attachments can be a huge first step on that path.
Wow, I never realized that we're all going through life under the influence. You know, it really starts to make sense why I made all those silly decisions.
Yeah, it explains why sometimes the universe really smacks you real hard with what I call an LUI, a living under the influence charge. Because, those disturbing past minds can really influence so much of what we're doing, and we often don't realize that that's what's happening, and we don't even understand why we keep having the same bad mistakes or bad things happen to us over and over again.
Like, why do I go for all those bad boy types all the time?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And once you see the way out of suffering, it becomes a matter of retraining your subconscious mind, because that's exactly where those disturbing past minds live.
Well, I hope all of you are able to release those attachments that are tying you to your suffering. And let's be honest, trying you
They're
too.
very trying, and we hope that you walk your path with joy. And in the words of Buddha, 1,000 candles can be lit from a single candle.
And the life of that candle will not be shortened.
Happiness never decreases by being shared.
So thank you for sharing your time and attention here with us at Meg's Magical Mansion.
Till next time.
Toodles!